What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success, and in this video here, what I want to do is talk to you about the difference between organic reach on Instagram, talk about things like how to get onto the Explore page and how to get your posts seen by more people, and paid reach on Instagram using paid ads on Instagram versus proactive reach on Instagram, okay, which is my absolute favorite. I think that this video is going to offer you a lot of value, and that is what I want to do here. Enjoy. All right, so I want to start this video by talking about organic reach on Instagram and talk about the current state of Instagram's algorithm, okay? Because I feel like a lot of people don't quite understand Instagram's algorithm right now. And I want to break down how this works, all right? So when we make a post on our Instagram account, right now we have 19.2 thousand followers. When we make a post on our Instagram account, that post doesn't go out to all 19,000 of our followers, okay? When we make that post, initially, Instagram will only show that post to a couple hundred of our followers. Based on how well that post performs to those first 100 followers that we send it out to, Instagram will assess how well the post is doing, how relevant the post is doing, and how much engagement that post is drawing from that first sample size. And how well it's doing will determine how much more Instagram decides to push out that post to the rest of your followers and essentially to the Explore page. Now, if your account is small right now, you definitely don't need to worry about this as much, because generally the smaller your account, the more Instagram will show it to all of your followers, right? If you only have 400 followers and you make a lousy post, it's not as big of a deal to send that post to all 400 followers. But if you have 25,000 followers and you make a lousy post, it's much more people that they're sending that post to, so they want to test the waters out a bit more, okay? So let's talk about how to get onto the Explore page. The first thing to know here is that everybody's Explore page is different, and that's because Instagram shows content to you based on how you use Instagram, okay? So if you're looking up a lot of basketball content on your own, Instagram knows to show you basketball content on your Explore page, okay? Now, getting your posts onto the Explore page is about posting really, really specific content at the right time. I want to show you an example of one of the posts that we made for K-Bud Apparel that got onto the Explore page, and I want to break it down for you and show you exactly how we got onto that Explore page so that maybe you can replicate it for your own brand, all right? Now, we have 19.2 thousand followers on Instagram, like I've said, and generally, most of the posts that we make on Instagram get around 10,000 people seeing them, okay? So it has a reach of around 10,000. Sometimes it can go up to 15,000. Sometimes it's only like 6,000. And that's all just depending on Instagram's algorithm, okay? This is a post that we made about a month ago for May 24 weekend. And as a clothing brand, we represent rural Canada. So we made a post with a bunch of really hot girls on a boat with a bunch of cool dudes in the middle of British Columbia on a lake on May 24 weekend. The specificity of the post being Canadian and actually marking the location, and also posting on May 24 weekend, which was a huge topic that weekend, actually got us onto the Explore page. And you can see here when I go to Insights that our normal posts only get around 10,000 reach. And this post in particular that got onto the Explore page actually reached 133,000 people. Okay, we didn't boost this post. We didn't put any money into it. It just got onto the Explore page and it reached 133,000 people. We only have 19,000 followers, right? Now, what I want to say here is that getting on the Explore page is actually really difficult and we don't get onto it all the time, okay? Having a post like this that goes above and beyond is a rare occurrence, and it's actually fairly unreliable to just rely on organic traffic to market your clothing brand on Instagram, okay? And that's because you just never know how well a post is gonna do. Now let's talk about paid reach. This is where you pay Facebook to actually put sponsored ads on Instagram. And like I've mentioned in many other videos, we only use paid Instagram ads and Facebook ads generally when there's a sale or promotion that we're running. And it's literally just retargeting people who have already been to our Instagram account and who have already been to our website just to inform them of the sale and promotion. Anytime we target cold traffic with Instagram ads, it just doesn't do a very good job for us, okay? It's just not worth the money, and you have to spend a lot of money on it that we just don't want to put into it when we get results another way. Now let's talk about proactive reach on Instagram. This is by far my favorite method of marketing my clothing brand on Instagram, and not only marketing our clothing brand on Instagram, but marketing our clothing brand in general, all right? It's just that powerful. And this is where you actually go out and you proactively engage with your target audience on Instagram. Now you can't do this randomly. You have to do it strategically and systematically, but when you do it, you'll notice a massive amount of control over how much reach you have as a clothing brand. Now, what are the benefits of focusing on your proactive reach on Instagram? Number one, it costs nothing, okay? You don't need to spend any money on Facebook and Instagram ads. All that it requires is your time and your patience, okay? The second thing is that it's really sustainable over a long period of time, okay? You can do this every day, and over time, you'll grow your account. Which leads me to the next thing, which is that it also allows you to take control over the amount of reach that you have as a clothing brand on Instagram, okay? Instead of sitting back hoping that your posts get onto the Explore page and hoping that your posts have a lot of organic reach, you're actually taking it into your own hands and you're forcing the reach out there on Instagram. The last thing is that it allows you to target your audience extremely specifically because you can decide exactly who you want to engage with on Instagram. If you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have going on for apparel success. There's a link in the description below. Follow that link, join us in the Facebook group. We're a bunch of clothing brand owners all in there to support each other and answer each other's questions. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.